Well, you're back. I'm back. Let's do it. Poetry Corner. And why do we like poetry? Good question, because a lot of people don't like poetry or they don't know that they do. You know, I just saw the other day some little gal on the internet said, "Oh, that's a great song. I love that song. I wish they'd make it into a poem." Hello, young lady. If it's a song, it was already a poem before it ever got put to music. So every time you sing a song, every time you listen to a song, you're listening to poetry. And the purpose of poetry, well, first of all, poetry's been around a whole lot longer than books have. Before we had an alphabet, before we had paper and pen, pencil, chalk, charcoal, there were poems. And why would there be poems when there were no books? You can't write them down in a book if there's no book. Because people wanted their children to remember things. And what would they remember? Well, ancestry for one thing. You don't remember who your parents, your grandparents, your great grand, all the way back as far as they could go. They would have their children remember the genealogies, and there are still people today who can do that. And there are tribes, and usually very primitive tribes, who have a strong oral tradition, and they memorize the genealogy. They memorize history, wars in particular, but also whether a victory or a loss. You can make a sad poem or a happy poem, but it was still a poem. There would probably be a romance song, a love tune or something in there as a song or a poem. But poetry is a great way to teach. It's a great way to learn. It's a great way to memorize. So don't look down on poetry, because it is just one of the best literary devices around, and there's a lot you can learn from it, a lot you can teach from it. In my generation, I'll bet you there are very few people who can't tell you about a poem they learned when they were a child, and in many cases, they'll tell you that that poem affected or changed their life because of the message that the poem carried. So let me encourage you to participate in this poetry, read it to each other, read it to yourself, get some books on poetry, different types. You'll find so many different genres, so many different types of poets that you'll have your favorites. I like Arthur Guiterman. I like Rudyard Kipling. And I like Lewis Carroll, who is a genius and a nut, certified, etc. Shakespeare's not my favorite, and yet there's some great stuff there, and we did memorize Shakespeare in school. Wouldn't hurt you to do the same. Good luck. God bless. Yeah, I figure out how to stop this thing. Hope I don't get more balloons showing up here when I do that.